Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this very special edition of the Myrtle Beach Golf Report. I'm your host, Brian Steffen. Big thanks to our sponsors, Srickson Golf, Bridgestone Golf, Chase 54, and Loophole Rangefinders for putting us on the air today. I've got a very special guest, as you can see here to my right. I've got the man, the myth, the legend. I've got Nick from Nick's Cigar World. This year, 2018, is the 20th anniversary of Nick's Cigar World. How you doing today, my friend?
Good. Thanks very much for having me, Brian.
Thanks for driving the half mile down the road to come in and sitting with us.
There wasn't much traffic.
No, not at all today. It will be later with the bikes.
Yeah.
This is Harley Week. So 20th anniversary here in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach.
That is, there are not a whole lot of businesses in this town that can say that.
I've seen quite a few come and go.
Yes, absolutely. So we want to talk about that a little bit, but I got to ask the first question. What did you do before you did the cigar shop?
Well, Brian, I was a landscape contractor, and it was a lot of work.
I can imagine.
I'm trying to keep 30, 40 guys busy working. So I'm out doing sales, I'm doing supervision, I'm doing purchasing, and I just got tired. And I said, there's got to be an easier way to make a living. And at the time, I was smoking a lot of cigars. I started out doing cigars as a hobby, and then it got to be a passion. And I'd sit around after work and just read cigar magazines, and I was like a sponge, just sucking up everything I could find about cigars.
Yeah.
And just decided, let's have a change in the pace of life and find a nice place to make a nice living.
And 20 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
How did you? Now, when you were doing your landscape business? Was it here in town?
No, I was actually in northern Jersey, and I wanted to move to someplace a little warmer.
Okay, I was going to say, so why pick Myrtle Beach? But you just answered that question. I think
I did a lot of work on that.
Okay,
that's a kind of an interesting story. I actually traveled from Boston, Massachusetts, all the way to Key West, going in cigar shops and seeing what the local situation was with the Chamber of Commerce and population and what cigar stores were there. And I narrowed it down to someplace in the South. So there were two final cities. One was Fort Lauderdale and one was Myrtle Beach. And I knew that my demographic was golfers.
right.
Golfers will go through more cigars in a day than just about anybody else. So I had to be where there was a lot of golf. Well, Fort Lauderdale, in the surrounding area, had about 25 golf courses. And Myrtle Beach had, at the time, 100 golf courses.
Yeah.
So I was leaning towards Myrtle Beach. And then I started looking at the roads. And Fort Lauderdale has 6 roads that go north and south. North Myrtle Beach has one.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty easy to figure out where to put the store.
Right. Everybody's
I
got
got
to
my
drive by you.
golfers, so here I am, Myrtle
There you go.
Beach.
Yep. I've been in the same spot for all that time, right?
The original store. When I first walked in the door with the landlord, he goes, "You want to put a cigar store here? This is way too big a place for a cigar store." He says, "Well, you don't know what kind of cigar store I'm getting ready to put in." And I've been in the same location for 20 years.
There you go. There you go. So speaking of the store, what makes your store different when a golfer comes in, and they're coming from Jersey or Pittsburgh or wherever they're coming from, and they're cigar guys, so they go into their shop back home, or maybe even been in another shop here in town. What makes Nick's different?
Well, it's very much different, Brian.
I mean, I know, but
when I took that trip looking at different cigar stores,
Yeah.
I looked at each store and said, well, what is this one doing right? What is this one doing wrong? What is this doing right? What is this doing wrong? Tried to put together all the things to do right.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing was most cigar stores have a closet that people walk into to look at their cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And they're generally kind of small. And in a lot of shops, a fellow will walk into this closet and stare at you to make sure you're not stealing anything. And it can get kind of uncomfortable for certain people.
That is true.
So there was no way I was going to put in a closet with cigars in it. So I needed a 2,000 square foot space, had to specially build it out so it could handle all the humidity. And the 2,000 square foot space is the walk-in humidor. And you can walk around the whole store. You can talk to my clerks, my tobacconists. They all play golf. They love talking about golf. And the golfer appreciates when he walks in and he can just mosey around the store, find what he wants, or have some help from one of my tobacconists.
By the way, I just learned a new word, tobacconist.
Tobacconist.
I didn't even know that was a word, but I know what it means just by the way you used it out of context. I learned a new word today. I love learning stuff when we have guests come in here. So obviously you have changed with the times, and it's not just the store anymore. You guys are online. You order on your website. You guys literally, the fact that you named it Nick's Cigar World is actually great thinking, forethought, because you now ship cigars all around the world, don't you?
That's right. We go all around the world. We have a customer in Beijing, China, and another one in Australia. We tried sending some to New Zealand, but they got sent back. All over Europe, and certainly anywhere in the United States. The internet and mail order is a challenging business. We first started it 20 years ago. There wasn't much competition 20 years ago on the internet for cigars. So we actually jumped right into it, and we're doing quite well right off the bat. Now, a lot of competition, so we've got to be right on our game.
And you do so much of that. You've got a couple of guys in there that's pretty much what they do. Just fill orders, don't you? That's how busy
we have one girl that all she does is check prices so that we're competitive, and then we have two guys that they're pulling the product, putting the product in the boxes, and shipping it out. And then we got you guys to help us get customers.
That's true. That's what we do.
Yeah.
Help them with that's why I know you've got a great website. I wasn't going to brag on that, but since you brought it up, I guess
Make sure you check out our website, please.
That's right. That's right. NickCigarWorld.net. Right? See, I got it right.
Or .com.
Or .com. It's not even written down here, boss. I know things.
All right.
So obviously, you said golf and cigars go together. Golfers and cigars go together. You're a golf nut. Anybody that knows you knows that you, if you're not in the shop, chances are you're on a golf course. We know that. How do you directly with the golf courses and incorporate your business over the years with the courses? Or golf in general, really.
Well, as soon as we got here, we started supplying golf courses with our cigars. And it didn't take too long until we had just about every golf course in the Myrtle Beach area selling our cigars for us. So we have a very good relationship with all the courses. They all know me. I go and do promotions for them. When there's tournaments, we're always giving out gift cards. We try to keep a real tight relationship between Nick's Cigar World and all of the golf courses.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense because they're going to directly funnel guys to, even if they buy them in the pro shop. They'll guys, hey, by the way, you want more? Here's where the store is.
Well, we're very friendly with the guys at the pro shop.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, guys in the pro shop.
And let's not forget the people that work the lunch counter, because there's a lot of cigars being sold over lunch counters.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've played every golf course in Myrtle Beach over the years. In fact, I've lived here just shy of 20 years myself, so I've been here almost as long as your shop has. And you're right. Darn near every course of the beach you go in, if you see a cigar humidor and you look on it, it's got your name and logo.
Yeah, we put a little name on the box,
people know where it comes from.
People know what's in that box isn't what you're looking for. There's an address on it. You can just go over there and we'll have it.
That's subtle advertising. That's just the little things, right?
Yeah.
So you mentioned contests that you do, golf courses and stuff. Tell me a little about some of your contests.
That was a lot of fun. We would set up a contest with some of the big names in the cigar industry, to play me in a round of golf. And it was a golf challenge. And I would take them up to my club and we'd play around, and they would donate a box of cigars. People would go online and predict what the score was going to be.
Okay.
Whether I was going to win or Rocky Patel was going to win. And whoever came the closest to the score would win the box of cigars. This afforded me the chance to play golf with all the big wigs in the cigar business. I went down to Naples and played with Rocky Patel, played with his brother Nish up here in Myrtle Beach. Glenn Loop, who runs Cigar, CRA, Cigar Rights of America, he would vacation down in Pawleys Island. I played with him a few times. In fact, one time I think the two of us took on the Ashton management team. I think we thoroughly whipped them. And then one time I was down in Orlando, and Glenn and I played Arnold Palmer's course, Bay Hill.
Right.
And we're on Bay Hill, and it was the summertime. And in the summertime in Orlando, thunderstorms come through from time to time. And
So I hear.
we get hit with a thunderstorm on the third hole. It only lasts 20 minutes. And then we get hit with it on the seventh hole. Well, then a big one comes in after we finish 9 holes. So I said, well, let's just go in. We'll have some nice lunch, right? So we go into the clubhouse, and I walk in wearing my cap.
Right.
Maitre d' comes up to me within 5 seconds and says, sir, you can't come in here with that cap on. Okay. So we sat there, had a nice lunch. It poured rain. And I said to Glenn, Glenn, I don't care if we're out here till midnight. I'm playing all 18 holes.
I don't blame you if I got a chance to be.
And we went out. I think we had one more rainstorm, and we finished the round.
Nice.
I'm pretty good at golf.
I was going to say there's a
and-
reason you want to play these guys.
And cigar guys, generally they're not. So I won.
So you won a lot, is what you're saying.
I won all but one. I lost to one guy,
Really?
Charlie Tarania. I went down to play him at his country club down in Boca Raton. And he's about 10 years younger and about 6 or 8 inches taller. And he beat me by 3 or 4 strokes.
You know, at the 30th anniversary of this show, he's going to be 15 years younger. And about a foot taller. He lipped the putt out on 18 to lose by 1.
Yeah.
That's how that story's going to be in the 30-year show. No.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah.
So cigars, golf, it's all always been one big group for me.
Sure. So let's put a bow on this thing. 20 years, obviously you're very successful at what you're doing. You're sending cigars all over the world. Whether they come in here and buy them and take them with them, or you're ordering them, or you're mailing them, or the emails, or go to your website and order, or whatever. But at the end of the day, somebody come to Myrtle Beach, never been here, because we get golfers, new people all the time. Why should somebody walk in your shop and buy cigars?
Early on, one of the reasons I wanted to have 2,000 square feet is I wanted to have every brand that a guy who's on vacation could find. So if somebody comes down from Pittsburgh and he's used to smoking Rocky Patel Sun-Grown, he goes on vacation, he wants that same cigar that he smokes all the time up in Pittsburgh. So I had to have Rocky Patel Sun-Grown. Mm-hmm. And then I started thinking, there's all these different brands. And everybody's smoking a particular brand in their hometown. When they come on vacation, they might want to keep smoking the same stuff. So we needed to have 2,000 different cigars. Nobody's got 2,000 different cigars. Not premium, top-of-the-line cigars. So pretty much if somebody is on vacation, they walk into my shop, I probably have what they're used to smoking. And sometimes the guys get cute and they ask for a cigar from the Canary Islands, which hasn't been made in 20 years. And then I'll come out to the showroom and the humidor, and guys will say, "Hey, Nick, you ever hear of this Prince Island Susie?" And I'll go, "Yeah, that was from the Canary Islands 20 years ago. You've been smoking a long time, haven't you?" And they laugh, and we have a good old time.
They try to stump you.
Yeah. So the main thing is the selection. You're going to come to my store, you're going to find selection like you've never seen anywhere else. Price. I told you I've got that one lady.
Yes, sir.
She works on pricing. She makes sure that we have competitive prices. So no matter where you come from, our prices are going to be good. And if you come from a high tobacco state, our prices are ridiculously low because the taxes here are only 5%.
Yeah, much better.
Much better tax situation.
Yeah, I'm a cigar smoker myself, and I hate it when I go and I forget to buy before I go,
We love that.
and then I get to where I'm going from leaving here and going, and I walk into a shop and I go, "Holy smokes!" Because the price is so much higher for those very reasons. So
I think we have a guy come in every day. Somebody comes in once a day and says, I left all my cigars at home. And my guys all know, good move. Yeah.
come on in.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got what you need.
That's another thing. The guys that run that shop,
Yeah.
they've been with me a very long time.
I was going to say, a lot of same faces when I go in there.
Their
for a long time.
personalities are phenomenal. When you walk in, you're going to be treated like a king.
Yeah, it's fun when you walk in the door. It's like if you're a cigar guy and you walk and you've never been to the store, you got to go in. It's like a kid at Christmas when you walk in there because, like you said, if you want it, it's in there.
Yep.
Unless you're asking for some off the wall, like you said, the example you gave. But all right, so the web address nickcigarworld.com or .net. If they wanted to give a call and ask, they want to have a conversation, they're trying to find something specific that they don't want to surf the net. What's the number that people can call?
888-311-9827 9826.
Getting a little help from the gallery over here.
I never call the number.
I was going to say, when was the last time you called the number?
I don't know if I ever called the number. So that was pretty good.
There you go.
We welcome questions. Call up. If you're looking for something special, the phone's there. Just call up. You're going to talk to Jimmy or Lane or Chris, LJ, Jamie. Everybody's willing to talk to you and make sure that we can help you out.
Well, there you go. Can't say it better than that. Hey, thanks for taking the time to come in, bud.
Hey, thanks
Congrats
for inviting
on,
me.
20 years.
Thank you.
Here's the 20 more, but let's not wait that long to sit down and do this again.
All right, I'll be here next week.
All right, me too. Well, no, not next week. I'm going to be in Biloxi. So the week after that. We're going out of town.
I'm going on a golf trip then.
Well, we're golfing too, so we're golfing too. So a couple of weeks we can sit back down again.
All right.
Maybe I'll come to the shop and we'll do it sometime. That would be more fun.
Yeah, we'll do something like that.
We didn't even talk about the lounge and all this. So
yeah, you people need to see the inside of this shop.
Yeah, you need
this
to come
is
to the
something
shop.
special.
We'll do this at the shop one day. All right, we're out of time. Thanks, Nick, for coming in. Again, visit nickcigarworld.com or .net to order your cigars today. Thanks to the boss for pushing the buttons. Thanks to Srixon, Bridgestone, Chase 54, and Loophole. And we'll see you guys next week here on the Myrtle Beach Golf Report.